After roughly a 1-year hiatus from the Pokemon anime as a whole, this spring break I chose to give the somewhat new Pokemon series titled Pokemon Horizons a try. I had high hopes going into the series, knowing that it was most likely in the works for years at this point. After watching about 30 to 40 episodes of the series, I can definitively say that I lost the majority of interest and hope for the show. I won't waste much more of your time, I wasn't all that impressed. So in this video, I'll explain what I enjoyed from this series, then what I didn't, and then finally close it out with my deep dive score out of 10. Before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. For as much of a mess as this series is right now, I have to say that it starts pretty strong, quickly building off of the foundations and story set by the invigorating trailer and previews. Pokemon Horizons follows a nice anime story of a lost traveler trying to find the purpose of a special item given to her. The first handful of episodes do a nice job of working with that narrative, having an enemy, establishing side characters and plots, and giving Liko a unique and likable persona. Sure, it does feel somewhat episodic, but it's still enjoyable nonetheless. Another thing I can appreciate about this show is the effort to add an Ash-type character in the form of Roy, who proves that the Pokemon anime has still yet to abandon their roots. The final major positive that I have for this series is just how likable and enjoyable the characters are. You've got an experienced, kind veteran of Pokemon with Professor Freed, a perfect soft character with Murdoch, and a super electrician and engineer being Orla. Each of these characters each bring a unique spin to an otherwise unremarkable series, if not for them. So there are definitely some aspects about this series that I think are solid and good, but after the first handful of episodes on here, we quickly begin to encounter what I think is the biggest gripe I have with this show, is the amount of filler. Look, all shows need filler, and I can understand where this is coming from, especially in the case of Pokemon. But could you at least try to make it interesting? This sharply reminds me of what bogged down the series Diamond and Pearl, when you have a great story but haven't quite made it capable of spanning 220 episodes across 4 seasons. Things just get tiresome. Again, I can appreciate what the storytellers are going for in Pokemon Horizons, but the way they tell it leaves a lot to be desired. It takes a whopping 20 plus episodes before you begin to get some real plot action and development by way of the explorers and the revelation of terrestrialization in the anime. If things pick up though, Pokemon Horizons would be far from the first Pokemon anime to have a weak start, but at the moment, it's just not cutting it for me. For the deep dive, I want to conclude things by saying that Pokemon Horizons has been okay, and even decent at times, but this is the type of anime that'll be overshadowed by what came before it. For now, I'll score Pokemon Horizons with a 6.2 out of 10 rating. It's definitely not the worst Pokemon series, but it's nothing special. Thank you for watching this video. In a few days, I'll be releasing another video I have in the works about what Pokemon could do to fix this anime series. But until later, see ya!